Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. Today I did want to bring you guys my Backlash card predictions video. It's been a long time since I've done one of these videos here on the channel, but with the Backlash pay-per-view fast approaching, it's coming up on June the 14th. As of this video, it is less than 3.5 weeks away. So we got another pay-per-view coming up. It will be taking place from the Performance Center, in front of no fans due to the coronavirus pandemic. But we already have 2 announced matches for that show. So we have Edge versus Randy Orton in what will be the greatest wrestling match of all time. Why they're billing it as that, I have no idea. And then we have Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. So with those 2 matches set, let's dive into the rest of my card predictions here for Backlash 2020. So the first match here on my card is going to be Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins. I think this is and keep in mind, I have not been keeping up. I mean, I've been reading results, but I have not been able to stomach these Raw and Smackdown episodes without fans here. I can't do it, guys. But I know that there was a match. It was Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio on Raw. And I know Austin Theory was teasing joining Rollins' faction, although it's not really a faction. It's just him and Murphy due to Akam and Razor. And one of them being injured. So be that as it may, Aleister Black, Seth Rollins feud. I think that would be a nice way to spotlight Aleister Black, and maybe you could tease having, Aleister Black join Rollins' group, but in the end he decides that's not for him, and I'm going to fight you at the pay-per-view because I hate everything that you stand for. It could be a simple story, and it could lead to a pretty kick-ass match. I think you'd pit Aleister Black, Seth Rollins. That'd be a good match in my book. So I think that is the logical direction that WWE would go with this. We then have, and it was announced due to the coronavirus pandemic, Sami Zayn chose to remain at home, self-quarantine, so he was stripped of the Intercontinental Championship, and therefore we have an Intercontinental Championship tournament, and I'm looking right now at the brackets. We had Daniel Bryan defeat Drew Gulak, who's no longer employed by WWE. He let his contract expire. We have Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. We had AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And Elias versus King Corbin. And I believe Elias defeated Baron Corbin. So my picks for the rest of this tournament, I think we're going to see in this semifinals here. I could see Sheamus getting the win over Jeff Hardy. And then you get Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. And I see Daniel Bryan advancing to the finals. And on the other side of things here, I see AJ Styles defeating Nakamura and Elias. And I think in the finals, we get AJ Styles. Even though he's on Raw, they're doing this brand invitational stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. But Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, match that never disappoints. You put those 2 on pay-per-view for the Intercontinental Championship. That's a winner in my book. And that's what I have here on my card for the vacant, who is once again champion, for the vacant Intercontinental Championship tour. Next here on my card, I have the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Apparently, they've been doing axe throwing contests and basketball games. And wow, I'm so glad I stopped watching Raw, because I can't sit there for 3 hours and watch this crap. Just saying, guys. I can't do it. But makes sense for them to have a pay-per-view match, so I figured, hey, we're going to match these 2 teams up. Could be a decent match. Story is what it is. Don't really care about it. Don't really care about a lot of the stories on this card. But be that as it may, I have the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team straps. On my card here, I know they have Sheamus and Jeff Hardy wrestling in the tournament here, but I think you could come back with that match for pay-per-view. give Jeff. I mean, he had his first match back on pay-per-view, and it was on the pre-show with Cesaro. I didn't understand that at Money in the Bank. They've been building up this Jeff Hardy-Sheamus feud, apparently, on SmackDown. I think it's a match that you could put on pay-per-view here. Could be a nice little match. So I have Jeff Hardy and Sheamus. Like I said, I could see them coming back here with a rematch after they would face off in the first round of the IC title tournament. And then here for the, taking a look here at my card for the women, I have on the SmackDown side of things, Bayley versus Carmella. I think for the SmackDown Women's Championship, it was tough here because I'm thinking you want to do Bayley and Sasha Banks. You want to build to that match. But you're not going to get to that till SummerSlam, which in my mind is the case. So what do you do in the meantime? Who's she going to face? Like Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. No, not right now. She just beat Tamina, and I would have to look at the rest of the women on the SmackDown roster. Unless you bring somebody up, like a Rhea Ripley, although I think she would be a better fit on Raw due to the fact that Becky Lynch is gone due to becoming pregnant. Be that as it may, I thought Bayley and Carmella, I'm like, okay. I mean, they've had history. You could get a nice little program out of it before building to Bayley and Sasha at SummerSlam. So I was like, you know what? In the meantime, Naomi. I believe Naomi is on SmackDown. But they already had Bayley beat Naomi. So it's like, been there, done that. So that's why on my card here, I have Bayley versus Carmella. And then on the Raw side of things, it looks like we are going to be getting Asuka, who won Money in the Bank. And the next night on Raw, became Raw Women's Champion by default because it was in the briefcase due to Becky Lynch leaving WWE indefinitely due to becoming pregnant. So now we have Asuka as the Raw Women's Champion, and it looks like they're the first program for Asuka is going to be against Nia Jax, who I pray to God does not injure Asuka. So not a match that particularly excites me. We've seen them fight before. We'll see how long Asuka's going to be Raw Women's Champion. I'm all for that because, remember, nobody is ready for Asuka. I love Asuka. But yeah, Asuka versus Nia Jax. And then the last match here on my card, I wanted to keep the card to 9 matches. Again, these pay-per-views without the crowds, they don't need to go any longer than 3 hours. 4 hours is really pushing it. I'll still watch the pay-per-views. I won't stop watching, but unlike Raw and SmackDown. But I have the Fiend challenging Braun Strowman for the WWE Universal Championship. Obviously, they were dropping hints throughout Money in the Bank during the Strowman-Wyatt match, which I thought was a pretty solid contest. Wasn't anything spectacular, but I thought they told a decent story. Played up the history between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. And I think it leads to the next match here with Strowman falling to the Fiend. But I'll save that for my predictions video. But that rounds out the card here for Backlash 2020. Let me know what you guys think of the card. Does it excite you? Does it not? What would you like to see? What wouldn't you like to see? So that does it here for my Backlash card predictions video here. I do want to thank my friend, Club of the Man 1993. For the graphics, be sure to check out his channel. Links can be found down below in the description box. And be sure to follow me here on youtube.com/DanielGeiser412 for all my latest videos. Be sure to follow me on Twitter @DanielGeiser412 and Facebook.com/DanielGeiser1994. Links can be found down below in the description box. And that's Daniel Geiser at Facebook.com/DanielGeiser412. I made a botch there. So that is all for this video, guys. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, I am out.